Hey y'all, Irix Guy here. Now I was just kind of sitting around for the weekend and thinking about all of the tools that I've put into play to create this Irix Guy's Adventure channel, which is continuing to grow. And if you're not familiar with Irix Guy's Adventure channel, that's where this video is right now. So if you haven't subscribed, that's youtube.com/Irix Guy. But everything that goes into a YouTube channel, and this is something that a lot of people don't think about. You may watch this video, you may have watched my other videos, you may have watched hundreds of my other videos, but you may not realize what all goes on behind the scenes. Now sure, I'm not part of a large agency, I'm not a Discovery Channel or a Travel Channel or CNN or Fox News or Bloomberg or anything like that, but what I am is a TV network. I am Irix Guy's Adventure channel, but it's not just me, it's the equipment behind the scenes that enable these productions to be viewed by viewers like you. And there's a few essential items, and this is just looking back at what I had to do out of trial and error, because when I started YouTube, I literally had this obsolete, I forget what kind of camera it was. I originally had a mini DV camera with the tape, and then I got a flip camera, and then I decided, you know what, I really want to get into it, so I got a DXG. Basically all of these hundreds of dollars of mediocre cameras. And then I finally landed my first really good camera, which isn't as awesome as the one I'm about to mention, but it was a Panasonic HC Henry Charlie dash V as in Victor 100 M as in Mary. Now that is a budget yet super high quality 1080p HD camcorder. So if you're wanting to get into YouTube, you don't want to go the prosumer route like I'm on now, where I've got my external microphone, etc. If you want to do it on a budget, I would highly recommend that Panasonic HC-V100M camera. And you can check out my video review of it here on the Irix Guy's Adventure channel, and then also hundreds of videos that I've shot with it. Just look in my videos descriptions and it'll tell which camera or cameras that I used to shoot. And I've got a lot of them I filmed with the Panasonic HC-V100M. So that's the first key component for starting a YouTube channel. The second one, if you're going to be filming yourself speaking, you're going to need a tripod. You can spend $10 for a tripod. They're probably going to break. They're cheap aluminum. You'll know what I'm talking about when you look around. They're silver type aluminum color, and they're just really flimsy. If it's not the aluminum that's flimsy, it's the plastic and or mounting hardware, the screws, etc., that hold it together. More than likely they're going to break after a few months of use. What I would recommend doing is getting an affordable yet high quality tripod, and you can check out a video I'm going to post soon. It's the Proline Leica, and it'll set you back, surely probably under $50 depending on the current price, but it's a very high-end tripod on a budget price. And just a few of the features that make it high-end: it's got a hook in the middle where if you're filming in a windy area, you can put some weights on it, maybe a bag of some heavy stuff just to hold it down so the wind doesn't blow it. It's also got where the camera mates with the tripod. It's got a detachable thing, so in essence what you can do, if you choose to do so, you can leave that piece attached to the bottom of your camcorder, and then as you download the video to your computer to edit, simply push a button, it pops out. It's a quick release. It'll pop out. You can sync it with your computer and then pop it back into the tripod. The advantage to that is that when you move it to and from your computer, your tripod stays pretty much perfectly aligned. So like right now I'm filming in front of a green screen. If I didn't use that quick disconnect feature, every time I wanted to come back and film in front of the green screen, I would have to readjust the tripod to be aligned perfectly with the green screen. So that's another item. A tripod's a key component. And if you don't want to get a camera or a tripod, if you've got a smartphone, an iPhone, Android, etc., that may be a way to film some somewhat decent HD videos and just kind of get your feet wet and see if YouTube's even something that you would want to do. Now the next essential kit, if you decide, hey, YouTube is something I want to do, and I'm going to become very successful with it, the next core component is a green screen kit. Now there's several options here, but the one I would recommend for budget-minded people that want to have quality visual results like you see right here in front of the green screen is the ePhoto green screen kit. And you can look on my channel. I've got a video review of the ePhoto green screen kit. It's basically just a piece of fabric. It almost goes together. It comes in a bag. It looks like a tent, and it's got these two stands that go on each side, and then a bar goes across, and then the green piece of fabric drapes down in the middle, and then it's also got two posts with legs that pop out that have umbrellas on the top. You know, those photographer-looking lights, and two bulbs. And I mean, that's it. It's a green screen kit. Super affordable, all-in-one kit. Check out my video review of the ePhoto green screen kit. I couldn't be happier. Now, if you didn't want to go the kit option, you're still going to need good lighting, because if you have poor lighting, you have excessive amount of shadows on your green screen, that's going to make the chroma keying, the green screen effect, in your video editing software more challenging. Not that it won't work, but it's just going to look like it was a low-budget production. And you don't have to have a big budget to make your videos appear as if you were produced in a multi-$100,000 studio. Because with practice, and as you can see now, and I'm not saying my videos are perfect, but you look back some of my older videos when I started green screening, they look cheesy. Now they're looking better. And it's just learning how to improve those green screen edits to make it just look seamless, to make you look like you're part of that environment that's in the background. And it brings up another point. What you'll also need is software for video editing. Now, a lot of people are Mac or PC. A lot of people despise Macs, and I respect that. And I'm not trying to be a Mac fanboy in any way. If you're a PC user to get started, the built-in Windows Movie Maker and Microsoft Windows might suit you fine. But if you want my professional opinion and you're really going to do video editing, you're not a gamer, because if you're a PC gamer, you don't want to buy a Mac, because even though you can install Windows on it, it's not going to offer the gaming performance that a dedicated PC would. But if you're wanting to do video editing and you're wanting to scale your business around video editing to where you can grow and grow and grow, you're going to want to get a Mac. And the reason I say this is that Adobe, in my opinion, and people may have different opinions, but in my opinion, iMovie that comes for free with Mac OS X was super easy to use, and it got me comfortable with editing video, the timelines and everything. Check out my Final Cut Pro 10 video editing tutorials on my channel. I've outlined a lot of basic techniques in there that I think you'll find of value. But iMovie that came for free with the Mac was completely capable, and it would even do green screen. But once I mastered it, I decided, you know what, I'm going to spend the $300 or whatever it was and upgrade to Final Cut Pro 10. Since I've gone to Final Cut Pro 10 on a Mac, I would not want to use any other video editing software. And the reason I say this, and people are probably going to criticize, that's a bold claim, I wouldn't use any other software, and I respect your opinion. I know there's Adobe Premiere and some professional solutions that run the top Windows, and they're also available for Mac. But I personally choose Final Cut Pro 10 because it's drag and drop. I know it sounds lazy, me being an old school DOS command prompt kind of guy, Unix shell kind of guy. It sounds lazy to say drag and drop, but when you're dealing with video editing, when you're mass producing videos, and when you're wanting to automate as much of the process as possible to make it to where it's not a time-consuming task, Final Cut Pro 10 is awesome. It produces the professional-looking HD video that I'm looking for. I'm able to go in and add special effects with Apple Motion, which is an affordable add-on for Final Cut Pro 10. Actually, it's a separate application. I forget how much it is, under $100. I mean, maybe 50 or so. But I mean, it's a great way to, like I said, get involved, get you a basic Mac, get you a MacBook Air with 256 flash memory, 256 gigs, because you really won't need more, because what you're going to do, ultimately, you're going to have an external hard drive, or an array of hard drives for that matter, in the capacity of 3 gigs or more to store your HD video, depending upon how serious you get with video editing. So you'll want to have that stored externally anyway. And then the The other thing I'd like to mention, when you're really growing, when you're ready to take your channel to the next level, once you've gone from the, hey, I may enjoy doing YouTube, to, oh, I love YouTube, to, oh, I'm highly successful on YouTube, that's the point where you may want to venture into prosumer territory. And that's what I did a few months ago. I bought a Canon XA10, and that's actually what I'm filming with right now. Just a super duper, what I feel is affordable prosumer grade camera. And I'm running this microphone off of it, a Shure PG58 XLR mic. Just a super deal, and you can see how smooth I look in front of this green screen. I mean, this is a green screen I'm in front of now, but it looks incredible. And that's partly due to the XA10. Not saying the one I recommended earlier, the Panasonic HC-V100M, which is an equally incredible camera, is just not as high-end as this Canon XA10. So get started with the basic set of equipment that I just mentioned. And remember, the key things, just going back through this, lighting is very important. Audio is super important. Starting out with that Panasonic HC-V100M, audio in it's fine. Audio on a smartphone's fine. But when you're filming in different scenarios, and you may need to take the leap to the prosumer camera where you've got these XLR jacks. You can run a mic like I'm running here. Likewise, on the Canon XA10, I've got a Rode video mic. So if I'm filming and I don't want to have a mic in hand. So it's one of those things. Start with the basics, but don't buy a bunch of junk to begin with. Buy decent stuff that you can grow. So if you start out with that Mac computer, that's going to get you where you need to be anyway. And then if you take that path, then really your only upgrade that I would foresee would be the camera. You know, taking the jump to the prosumer camcorder versus just your standard 1080p HD camcorder. And then some other things I want to throw out. I mentioned buying a green screen kit. If you've got a room in your business or home that's not being utilized, you could get green paint, and you can do a Google search, and you can find the color codes or whatever for chroma key green. Just search for that, CHROMA green. Chroma key green, Key. Search for that, and you can go to your local paint store, and they can probably mix up a bucket for you. You could paint the walls in your home or your place of business, and then just install lighting, and that's a great green screen, because the disadvantage to this fabric green screen that I'm in front of now, if I moved around excessively, it would blow because of the wind that I create when I move. So that's a disadvantage. And if you, like I said, if you had a place where you could paint the walls, even if you couldn't paint the walls, you could buy you a big piece of plywood or something, paint that and rest it against the wall, so you've got a stationary object back there that is green in color, and it'll enable you to create these green screen effects. But the thing is, to get the lamps for a green screen kit, the lamps by themselves are probably going to run about as much as the whole kit. So it may be in your best interest just to buy a green screen kit, such as ePhoto green screen kit, like you can check out my review for. Even if you don't intend to use the fabric, at least you're getting the two lamps, and you're getting the ability to easily find replacement bulbs for those lamps. I actually haven't lost a single bulb yet, but I've got a spare on hand just in case, because I don't want to slow down production here at the Iron Skies Adventure channel. But I know I've ranted, but I just want to give this to everyone because I feel that there's value, because a lot of the initial research I did when I was deciding, hey, I want to start this YouTube empire, a lot of the initial research that I did was looking at other content creators, looking at the tools they use, and then deciding what would fit in my budget, and just kind of tinkering around. A lot of it was trial and error. I found what worked, I found what didn't. I Craigslist some stuff along the way, like that DXG camera I have. It was decent, but it wasn't as good as these other cameras. And you'll find that on your own. Find what works for you and grow it. And that's how to get the most out of your YouTube studio. And like always, I welcome your feedback and your questions, because I'm always here if I can. I'm always here to help, because I enjoy doing this. This is a hobby. This is a hobby of mine, and it's something that is a rewarding hobby as well. But with that being the case, I'm here to help. I'm not you know, I'm not a self-centered person saying, oh, you know, I run one of the largest YouTube channels in the world, and actually I'm ranked like number 13,000 now, so it's pretty cool. But it's not all about that. It's about sharing with the community and encouraging the community to also create and nurture their own YouTube channels. So ask me questions. I'll see if I can help. And most importantly, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already and enjoy all of my videos. It's youtube.com/IRIXGuy. Join me on Google+, Facebook, facebook.com/IRIXGuy, Twitter, and Pinterest. And possibly some other social media coming soon. We'll see what's popping up. So thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day.